Hi guys, so today I'm going to be making a grapevine wreath to decorate my front door with, and with that you're going to need a few materials. So you're going to need your grapevine wreath, and then you're going to need some floral wire, a hot glue gun, and then if you want to put a bow on it, you're going to need some scissors and your ribbon. Then you will also need some kind of nippers to cut your artificial flowers. And then of course you will need your artificial flowers. I always just bring a ton of them and then kind of decide what I want as I go. And then we will get started. And don't forget that if you like these videos to click that like button and subscribe below, and we will make that grapevine wreath. Alright, so I am going to start with showing you guys how to decide what to put on your wreath. I do have a table, but I prefer to work on the floor just because I can lay everything out a little bit better. And so with that, grab your wreath, and then the first thing you need to decide is, are you going to do just half of it, or are you going to do the entire thing? I'm going to do half of it, so I will get started with, always start with a focal flower. That's probably the easiest to do, so pick whatever you want like your main flower to be, if it's like a big one that you're wanting to use. So I'm going to use these peonies, and I'm just going to snip a couple of those off. And they don't have to be super long because you're going to bend them and put them into your wreath. So don't worry about making them crazy long because you're going to have to cut them down anyways. And then I like to lay everything out before I start gluing things down. So I'm going to do like 3 or 4 of those to start with, and I can always add more or take them off if I don't like it. And I'm going to space them out a little because I'm going to put other stuff in between it. All right, so I'm just going to start with 3 of them for now. So kind of get them on there like so, and then we can always fix them better later. And then I have some long things. I like to really make mine kind of flowy from top to bottom. So I'm going to cut some long pieces off of this and put it up here and just kind of let them flow out from the top and the bottom. And just bend them in there any way that you need to get them to work, and you can always work better with it once you get them glued down too. If there's greenery on it, that's fine. Leave it on there, and that'll kind of fill in your pieces too, because all your greenery doesn't have to match. Alright, I've got those on there. Then I'm going to start filling in with my greenery. So I've just got, like, get some big pieces, and then if you have some small greenery, that's fine too. Just kind of put that in where it's poking out enough, but it's filling in all those gaps. So underneath the stuff that you're hanging over. See how it kind of fills that in there pretty good. And you can use all different kinds of greenery, whatever you think. It will all blend if you start putting it in there. So I have a couple different kinds that I'm going to stick on there, just to give it a little bit of different textures and colors. I've even got some eucalyptus that we can stick because it kind of gives it a little bit of texture and it lets it hang like the rest of that. Stick some of that in there, give it a little height. Right, so you're already getting it pretty full, and then if you want to add any other flowers, you can. So I've got like these filler flowers, these pink kind of springy type things. Put some of those in there. You can cut them all different lengths too, so you can stick them out the sides and wherever. See, it kind of gives it that nice, pretty textured look to it. And then my peonies have a little bit of these smaller flowers, so I'm going to cut those off and kind of fill them in. Alright, then I've got some white that I'm going to fill in there because I think white kind of breaks it up and gives it like a nice clean look. And I like my wreaths pretty full. I like them to be able to stand out. You can make yours as minimal or as full as you'd like though. And again, leave that green on there. That helps kind of fill that in. And then I think I'm going to do one more peony. One of the big ones. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of move this one down a little. I'm going to put my bow right in the middle. So always leave a little gap for your bow. It might look a little funny at first, but you'll fill it in. Alright, so I got all that filled. Now I am going to show you how to make a bow. To make a bow, you're going to leave it attached to the spool, but you're going to leave a tail so that you can kind of wind it around on your wreath. And then you need to take it and make a little loop. And then I always pinch everything because it's easier to hold. So pinch it, hold it, and then the side that doesn't have a decoration on it, you're going to flip that so that the decorated side is on the outside, and then pinch it. So you should have a bow, and just keep pinching and letting go as you need it. So then the decorated side on the outside, again, take it, pinch it, so you should have 2 loops on one side. And then just make sure that you have the decorated side always on the outside. I always do like 2 or 3 of these. The more you do, obviously, the bigger it gets. Alright, and then you'll have that tail kind of back there. You want to pull that down to where you can see that this is what your bow is going to look like. And it's all going to be kind of a jumbled up mess until you get it all together. And then take your scissors and cut your tail. And then you're going to need your floral wire. Make it a pretty big piece because you want it to go around the wreath too. So I got a pretty long piece here. Then go from the back of that around to the center and just pinch that really tight. And then squeeze all that together and then twist it through the back. And there you have it. You have a bow, and you can kind of move all the things around until you get it where you want it. And then we will attach that to the wreath. Alright, so now we're going to attach our bow to our wreath in that gap that I told you to leave. So take your wire and kind of spread it apart, and then stick it right through that grapevine until it goes all the way through. You'll feel it. Alright. And then once you get it out the other end, you're going to just wire it together really tight. Alright. And then you can move that around and take your little tails and move those too. Alright, so that is on there. And now we are going to start gluing everything down. So that's where your hot glue comes in handy. So we'll just take that and just start lifting everything up a little once you're happy with it where it's placed, and just glue it down into that grapevine. And we'll do that all the way around, and then we'll go back and see if there's anything else we need to add, and we'll check out the finished product. Alright, I pretty much got it all glued on there, so let's go hang this baby on the door and see what she looks like. Alright, and there you have it. The final product looks pretty good on the door, and if you have any other questions or anything, just let me know. I can walk you through making bows or whatever you need, and I will see you later.